Hello, hello, and welcome to A Cup of Meg and Joe with me, your host, Meg and Joe. Hello, friends. Hello, y'all. How's it going? How are ya? Happy Monday. Happy March. As you're listening to this, we've already entered the month of March, which is wild. Today, as you're listening to this, it's March 4th, which marks a very special day. Well, it's a special sad day. My childhood dog, Cody, passed away on this day 11 years ago today, which is insane. But as I am recording this, it is February 27th, which is a special day. And it, weirdly enough, marks the 1-year anniversary of my family and I rescuing our dog, Okoye. Well, our other dog. We have 2 dogs at my parents' house, Bentley and Okoye. But Okoye came into our lives last year on this day that I'm recording this right now, February 27th. And she looks exactly like my dog Cody that passed away on March 4th of 2013. And so I remember last year on this day, my brother and I were deciding what to do and all this stuff, and we knew she needed to come home with us, and we felt a call to her, and I fell in love with her immediately, and I was crying. I was like, we need to take her home. And a year later, she has her forever home with us, and we love her very dearly, and I cannot wait to go to my parents' house later and celebrate her birthday. It's her gotcha day, her birthday, whichever. But yeah, special day. It's also crazy that she looks exactly like Cody. She looks exactly like Cody. Maybe a tiny bit different. Like they have like Okoye has pointy ears and Cody had like down ears. Yeah, I feel like last year when we rescued Okoye, we realized that it was the 10-year death. We realized that it was the 10-year death anniversary of Cody passing. So we kind of felt like it was meant to be that we found Okoye found us, and I don't know, it was so special, and I think that's what made it more special. And she even wears Cody's jacket sometimes because we still have those, and it's kind of trippy. It was kind of trippy in the beginning, like we were like, oh my god, but she's the female version of Cody, and I don't know, there's something really sweet about that. But yeah, that's what today is. As I'm recording this, it is Okoye's birthday, and as you're listening to this, it's Cody's death anniversary, which I don't mean to make sad. It's a day where we remember how awesome Cody was, and I freaking love that little boy so much. He went too soon. He really did, and I hate cancer for that so much. But he would have been like well over 16 years old by now. And yeah, it's crazy. But I love my dogs, all of them, Cody, Bentley, and Okoye. And I can't wait to see the doggies later. But anyway, sorry to start that off on like a kind of mellow note. Also, March 4th is my god sister's birthday. So happy birthday, Clarissa. I love you. If you're listening. So there's a happy note. Okay. So today I'm going to set the stage for you. I have a new mug that I got. It's so cute. It made me cry when I saw it. Because it has frogs all over it, and all the frogs are doing little activities by themselves, and it's so cute. But I have my hot matcha in here with some elderberry syrup and some agave and oat milk. And on my little tummy, I have a heating pad because I am on day 2 of my period. And it's been a rough one. It's been a very emotional week since we last spoke. It's been kind of crazy over here. The full moon came and everything wild happened. I'll get into that in a little bit. But so today we're going to be talking about self-care. Self-care. We love self-care here on the pod. I'm a big advocate for self-care. I don't know how I would survive without the proper self-care. So grab your favorite beverage and come join me for the discussion on self-care. We love self-care. No, seriously. So before we get into the tips that I want to share about self-care, I want to tell you a little bit about my past weekend. Oh man, okay, where do I start? So since the last time we spoke, I was very emotional. I was already feeling very emotional. I was definitely PMSing. I PMSed for like about 2 weeks prior. I mean, girlies, if you're listening, the girlies that get it. We're not normal for like any time. We're probably normal for like a day out of the whole month, which is actually wild. And our cycle is absolutely insane. I feel like the older I get, the more I'm learning, and I want to learn more about our periods and why we are the way that we are when we're on it, or why our bodies are the way that we are. So I'm just like really taking that into consideration when I am on my period or when I'm PMSing, because I know that things are different in there and that things are happening. There's a lot going on. And yeah. So I was dealing with that last week, and I was just a very emotional gal. There are a few things that I want to share that happened last week that kind of inspired me, that kind of gives inspiration for this episode. There's a lot of things. So the first thing that happened last week is I attended the MTSO meeting at my school, which is Music Therapy Student Organization. And that organization has been a thing for a while, and I've known about it for a while. I just haven't attended because last semester I barely had time to breathe. So that meant I also didn't have time to really go to events and like stuff on school. There was just literally no time to do that. Nor would I make the time, because the little time that I did have, I kind of needed to save that for like myself and needed to like decompress and all that stuff. But so I say all that to say, I always wanted to go. I just never had the time, could make the time, all that stuff. So this past week, I finally decide to go, and I put it in my calendar. I make it a point, and I asked my friend Maho if she wants to go with me. And the theme for the meeting last week was self-care. So Maho was like, okay, yeah, definitely need some self-care. And I was like, okay, fuck yeah, we're going. And it was on Wednesday, and I made it a point to leave work like on the dot at 3 because I really wanted to attend this meeting at 4. And I went, and oh my God, it was so much fun. Like, I'm so glad that I went. I'm so glad that Maho and I went, because it happens right before we have class in that same exact room. So like, why aren't we there? You know, and like, you don't have to like sign up or anything or do anything like that before you go. You kind of just show up, which is really cool. So it was about like 10 of us, and it's like all music therapy majors. So it was all the music therapy girlies in one room. Not all, but like some. It was maybe like 10, 12 of us in there. And I saw one of my friends, Ava, and we said hi, and she was like, oh my God, MJ, I'm so happy you're here. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm here, and I'm so happy you're here. And like, like we were just like very happy over the fact that we were there. and and the theme for the meeting, as I said, was self-care. So the idea was that they had goodies, like self-care goodies, being like face masks, massage balls, stress balls, all those kinds of things. And once everybody got there, we sat in a circle and we all said our names for the people who didn't know each other. And we all said our names and we said how we're doing, how we're feeling in the moment. And we each shared a self-care tip. Like, I mean, I feel like it was the meeting that I was exactly meant to be there for, because those are the kinds of things that I love. I love doing a check-in. I love getting like deep in our feelings with each other. And especially last week when I was full of emotions, I was so ready to do this, and I was so ready to share with everyone and to hear what people had to say and to just talk with everyone and share our feelings with each other and be vulnerable. It was a time to be vulnerable. And so we all do that. We all go around the room. We all share something with each other. And one girl mentions taking a nap. One girl mentions yoga. And I was like, oh my God. Excuse me. And we all mentioned things. And then we put on like this nice like girly playlist. And then we color some things. We write some affirmations. We do like all things geared to self-care. And it was because, I mean, they themed the meeting self-care because it's midterms week right now, or it's midterm time. So everyone's like stressed. And it was the perfect time to just like be there with each other and just talk about everything and anything. And then we all just sat. I met people that I didn't even know, or maybe have just like seen around in the hallway. And it was so nice to connect with other music therapy majors and just talk and just get to know each other. And I tell you right now, I'm going tomorrow. I'm definitely going this week, and I'm definitely going to make it a point to go all the time. One of my intentions for this school semester is to be more involved in the community at school, be more involved with like my fellow music therapy peers. I just think it's really important. And I kind of mentioned here and there, I didn't really do that when I was in my undergrad. I didn't make it a priority. And right now I feel very strongly about that. And I really want to connect with my people. And it was so much fun. Like, I don't know. I left there feeling so kind of like rejuvenated and really happy to be with other girlies, other music therapy girlies, and connecting in a different way, and being there, like, not in a school way, you know, like we're music therapy majors and we talked a little bit about school, but like it wasn't for the purpose of school, you know, it was the purpose of just like connecting with each other. And I think that was just amazing. And I love that. I love that they do that. I love that they have this meeting every week. And yeah, I love the girls that I got to talk to, and we all got each other's number. It was so sweet. We all took pictures. It was really, 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 really sweet. And I loved it so much that it inspired me to make this episode about self-care, because I am very heavy on self-care, and I think it's important all the time, and it's how you make yourself sane, honestly. But before I get into the tips and tricks for self-care that I want to share, I also want to share that this past weekend, I think it was the most self-care weekend that I needed, and I was looking forward to so much, because on Saturday I had such an insane day at work. Like, it was just so busy, and I was already feeling so many emotions that my brain and my feelings were just all over the place. So I needed I needed an outlet to just like let that all out. Hold on. I kind of want to make this mic a little bit higher. It's kind of annoying. Okay. I made the mic a little bit higher because it was kind of bothering me that it was low. I'm kind of like testing out how to place this right now. But anyway, let's start from Saturday. So I had an insane day at work on Saturday. And for the past few weeks, I've been signed up to do a sound healing yoga meditation class at the studio that I go to, for yin yoga on Sundays. And I was signed up for the Saturday full moon sound healing. And I was so excited, especially after like, I don't know, last week I was just feeling so tired, so emotional, so heavy. Like there were so many things. I was so anxious, and like, I feel like I'm less like that these days because I'm tending to myself more. But like last week was just insane, in absolute insane. And so after work, Liam picked me up. My partner picked me up from work, and I told him that my body was telling me that I needed some Cinnabon. So we go grab some Cinnabon, and I also grab a bunch of self-care little items. And one of those things being this mug. I'm also using this mug today because I feel like this frog on here is doing a bunch of self-care things for himself, and it's so cute. There's a frog sitting with his friend on the grass. There's a frog sitting and looks like he's having a glass of wine. There's a frog going fishing. There's a frog laying on his belly eating pizza. He's so cute. There's another frog just like sitting there with his legs crossed. He's having a picnic. Oh my God, he's having a picnic by himself, and he looks like he has a cup of tea. Oh my God. And then there's this other frog just pondering life, and he's wearing rain boots. Okay, you see, this is why I got this mug. It was calling me. I nearly cried when I found it. I got it at Urban. And it's purple, and I'm having my green matcha in it. Something about that is just comforting to me. So this is one of the self-care items that I picked. Everything that I bought from Urban was very self-care related. I bought a headband. I bought 2 face masks. I bought 2 mugs, and I went crazy. And it was just my emotions being like, yes, Meg, you need this. So don't always listen to the demons in your head, but this one, these little self-care demons, self-care angels, if I must, they were telling me that this was the right thing. And you know what? I believed them, and they were right. So anyway, so I went to the sound healing bath later that evening, and oh my God, it was everything I needed. And I honestly didn't know what to expect because I have only had like one tiny experience of a sound healing thing before, of a sound bath, when one of my prior students, his mom is a sound healer. So she did like a mini trial with me. And when I left that session after like a crazy anxious day that I was having after I had the sound bath with her, I left feeling like a sense of calmness in my body. And I distinctly remember like even my voice changing, and the calmness in my voice, and the like calmness that I felt in my body after feeling so tense all day. So I was very excited to try this sound healing in a totally different way. And it was, I don't even know how to explain it. It was so great, and everything that I needed that night after like the crazy day of work. It was a moment for me to just like lay still and just like be with myself and not worry about anything else. And we also practiced yoga nidra, which is like kind of like a gentle yoga, and you can kind of like fall asleep while you do that. So that was part of the meditation, and we were guided through a meditation by another instructor. But I honestly can't even tell you what the meditation was about because I fell asleep. I was like fully like dozing in and out. I just remember her saying some words. And then as like she guided us into that, that's when the sound bath started happening, and it was just sound bowls and hitting different notes to hit different parts of your chakra and to activate different parts of your chakra. And it was just very healing. And I mean, that's exactly what it was for. And it was during a full moon, and during the full moon, and they spoke about how during this full moon in Virgo, we're going through like an emotional time. We're feeling very tired. There are a lot of like heavy things that are happening right now, and it's a time for us to just like release and let go of the things that we don't need, let go of the things that are not serving us. And like, we don't have to know exactly what those things are. We're just like learning how to let go. And I resonated with that a lot because I was feeling very tired and very emotional the whole week. So it was really great, and it was really healing. And I also met a friend there, which was so nice. I met a friend there who I actually see like every Sunday at Yin, but this was the first time we were like having a conversation with each other, and we were laying down like on our yoga mats, on our individual yoga mats next to each other, just talking and just chatting. And then we experienced the whole sound healing together. And then I saw her again the next day at Yin. And Yin was also exactly what I needed the next day. And the reason why I'm saying all of this stuff is because this past weekend was fully the self-care that I needed. And I think my number one thing of self-care for myself is truly yoga. Like, I don't know if I would be the person that I am right now with my mind, body, soul connection that I have if I wasn't practicing yoga every day, because it has been truly like the most transformative experience I've ever had in my life. And I don't know like where I'd be without it. And I'm so happy that it's a part of my life. And I'm so grateful that I also found this amazing yoga studio that I go to. And the people there are just so kind and so sweet. And I'm getting to know so many other fellow yogis or just other people. And I feel like I've been craving meeting people. I've been craving connection. I've been craving connection like outside of my usual circles. And I'm finding that in my communities, at school, at the yoga studio, at the coffee shop, like all these places. And it's just like, I really will say that I don't think I would be kind of connecting with people the way that I am if I wasn't centered within myself right now. And the only reason why I'm really centered within myself right now is because I'm practicing yoga every day. So, yeah. So, that's why this weekend was just like really, really nice and really exactly what I needed. Yeah. So, thanks for listening to my story about this past weekend. I just felt like I needed to share that because it plays a huge role into how I keep myself sane. And we're on the topic of self-care, and you really need to take care of yourself. So let's talk about self-care. Let's talk about what self-care means, what self-care is to you, and how do you take care of yourself, because that's really what it is. And like, it looks different for so many people. Everybody has things for their own selves and has things that make themselves feel sane, and that's amazing. And I fully believe that everyone should really, really take care of themselves, because you're a better person for yourself and everyone else if you take care of yourself. I believe that self-care is doing things that make you feel more like yourself, or doing things that make you feel good, doing things that make you feel taken care of, doing things that make you feel happy and sane and help you feel like you're at a good level with yourself. To like, it just tending to yourself is self-care. Just tending yourself in every kind of way. Self-care is so huge. So With all that said, I want to share some things that I feel like are some self-care tips. First thing being, have a morning routine that you enjoy. And what I mean by that is I feel like every day we do the same thing, right? Like we wake up, we make breakfast, we blah 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 blah. Like it can get very boring very fast. And I think that's just a fact. So I think that you have to make things more desirable for yourself. That way that you can enjoy them more and you'll be happy doing them. So, like having a morning routine that you enjoy, whether that's like going for a run or I don't know. I just think like morning routines I think are very valuable and very beneficial for people. I mean, everyone's not a morning person, but to be honest, I think that you can be if you just had something to look forward to in the morning. I think the morning is the best time to like have that special time for yourself. Because by like 12 o'clock, by like 1, you're already halfway through the day. And you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I would always have a late start to my day, but that would always be when I was like depressed or just feeling down. And I feel like every time that I've gone through periods where I'm feeling my best, I was always up bright and early. And I don't know, there's just something beautiful about it. The sun is rising, the birds are chirping, it's bright, and it's like you're starting as the day is going. And for me, I think something that makes my morning enjoyable, I kid you not, I look forward to yoga every morning. Even on days where I feel like absolute crap, I know that yoga is the thing that will make me feel better. And that just goes into the aspect of moving your body. I think whatever that is, it doesn't have to be yoga. But moving your body, stretching it out, I think is a good way to start your day. Because you're getting your blood flowing, you're getting your juices flowing, you're getting your brain moving, like you're actually doing something that's going to benefit you. And then you're also releasing serotonin, dopamine, like all those things that are going to make you feel better for the day. And so I think in all of that, it makes all of that just more like desirable. I think a lot of the things that we don't want to do, it's something that we have to like, it's like a mindset change. We have to like make it desirable. Like it's like what we want to do, not what we need to do, not what we have to do. Like when things are like, ugh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to make blah, blah, blah. Then you're not going to have fun, you know? And I truly think that everything in your day, like let's not even go for the big run of life. Everything in your day you can make enjoyable by doing like the littlest things. And I think that also goes into like romanticizing your life. And it sounds cheesy, but like I think that just like making things sweet for yourself, making things more enjoyable for yourself is something that is tending to yourself. Listen to your body, listen to your body when your body also just wants to sleep in and not wake up early. But I think one thing is also the things that we like don't want to do, or the things that like make us feel like the day is dragging. They only feel like that because we're letting ourselves play into that. We're following that lead that our little brain demons are telling us, and just flip the switch. It's not that easy, but it's like a work in progress. And yeah, I think you can make little things desirable in very little tiny ways. Okay. So that's on having a morning routine that you enjoy, or just having things that you enjoy. Create time for you before you start your day. Creating time for you before you start your day is something that I also think is super important, because how you gonna enjoy your day when you don't have time for you first? Take a nap. That's something too. I think that, as we are older and as we're like getting older as adults, people don't take naps anymore. I mean, personally, it's hard for me to take a nap sometimes because my brain is always like, no, 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 you can't, you have so much to do. But truly, when you feel tired and when you feel like you need to just re-energize yourself, take that 10 to 15 minute power nap. 10 to 15 minutes, it can do you so good. Like 10 to 15 minutes, that's considered a power nap. Now, if you sleep for like 30 to an hour, that's when you're going to make yourself feel groggy. But like a 10 to 15 minute nap. But sometimes, hey, a 2-hour nap won't hurt you. But take a nap, listen to your body, sleep when necessary, sleep when you feel tired. Like, don't overexert yourself, you know? Another thing I have is clean your space. And I think having a messy space can lead to having a messy brain. And so just like, you know, tidying up the place, it doesn't have to be squeaky clean. But like when your space is clean, I feel like your brain is also feeling a little bit more at ease to like do things. And that's self-care because you're taking care of your brain. You're taking care of your space. Saying no is a version of self-care. Saying no means like, don't say yes to everything. That goes within don't overexert yourself. Because like we have a social battery we need to take care of. And when we just keep saying yes, we're going to drain ourselves. And when you say no, you get to just like, you know, you're like answering yourself first. You're thinking like, wait, can I actually go out and have a drink right now? Or do I need to just like stay home and just relax and be with myself? I think everything under the umbrella of self-care is just truly doing things for you, tending to yourself in whatever way that looks like. Like, I was talking to my partner this morning about self-care, and we were talking about like self-care things that we do. And some of the things that Liam does is he plays video games. When he's like tired or when he just needs to like decompress, he just plays Spider-Man or PUBG, and that's a version of self-care. He'll go to the gym, and his going to the gym is like my version of, well, him going to the gym is like me going to yoga. And sometimes like on the weekends when I'm at yoga, he's at the gym. And those are things that we're doing to take care of ourselves, to tend to ourselves, to tend to our body. I think like tending to your body is super important. And I don't think I really valued that as much as I do right now. So yeah. Another thing that I have is shower when you feel like crap. Shower. Honestly though, showering, if I'm going to be so real with you right now, showering feels like a chore a lot of the time. Like sometimes I just don't want to freaking shower, and I don't care how gross I sound. I mean, I shower every day, but sometimes I just really don't want to. And it's just like, ugh, like you're so tired at the end of your day and you're just like, I don't really want to go in the shower right now. But like shower when you feel like crap. Like what I mean by that is like in the morning or like during the day sometimes when like you just feel so bleh. Sometimes when I just hop in the shower and I just clean myself and I make myself feel clean and ready, I'm just like, oh, okay, I can take on the day. I'm not going to stay in bed all day. But also that staying in bed all day is something that you need to do. I think that self-care, whatever way it is productive because you're taking care of yourself, right? So if on the other end of the spectrum of like, if you're at, like I was talking about like taking on the day and being ready for it. But if on the other end of that, what you need for the day is to lay down in bed all day and rot and be on your phone or just watch movies all day, that is self-care. And that's not being a lazy piece of shit. That's taking care of yourself because that's what you know you need right now. And do it. Do everything that you feel like you need for yourself to be a better you. Seriously, that's really all self-care is. Just taking care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Another thing that I'd like to suggest is singing out loud or like listening to music. Singing out loud does something so good for you. Just belting your lungs out will do you so good. I think that's just like such a release. You're getting such a release of tension out. And it might not even be bad tension that you're feeling. Like tension is not always like crazy. But sometimes singing out loud just lets you let a whole release out. And I recently was doing that this whole past week, just like putting my headphones on and just belting, just singing out loud when I was getting ready, when I was cleaning my room or like doing things like that. And that I think helps you like take care of whatever things that you feel like you need to take care of in your body. Like, for example, I was just blasting my period playlist for days and just belting out because I was just feeling so emotional. Like, nothing bad was happening. I was just feeling so heavy in my emotions. So I was just listening to so much Adele, so much Olivia Rodrigo, some old Shania Twain, some Kelly Clarkson. Let me know if you want me to send you my period playlist because I freaking love that playlist. I talked about this on the pod like many episodes ago, but I love blasting my period playlist, and I love my period playlist is really a form of self-care because I never knew I needed that until I was in the backseat of my parents' car just crying to Shania Twain when I was on my period. I tell that story in whatever episode that was, but yeah, self-care, like just to kind of sum all those things up, self-care can really go in many different directions, and like it can be for certain moments of your life or for certain parts of your body that you're taking care of yourself, right? So to improve your mind, I think it's important to like exercise and to move your body in whatever way that looks like for you. Stretching, yoga, running, working out, lifting, like all those kinds of things. That really improves your mind because you're like working on all that stuff and just like letting your body move and flow. And to kind of like think clearly, I think meditation is also a really great thing. Just practicing deep breathing and just like try sitting still for a little while. It's not easy. It's really not easy. And meditation is a very like, it's a practice that requires work, and it's a practice that requires like a lot of your focus and attention. But I think that's a way to help yourself think clearly, because when you meditate, that's a time when like all of your thoughts come up all at the same time because you're sitting still. That's kind of like I feel like what happens when we're also just laying in bed like ready to go to sleep, and then because we're so still and because we're not doing anything, everything just pops up in our brain. But meditation is kind of like that in a way that you're sitting there, you're focusing on your breath, and you're letting all the thoughts flow and pop up, but you're like not getting angry at the thoughts that are coming up. You're just letting them. You're just exploring them, seeing what comes up, seeing what you're feeling, and just breathing through it. Like just really practicing that. And I feel like personally meditation has helped me a lot. And I go through periods in my life where I do it, where I don't, and right now I'm doing it, and it's proven its benefits a lot. And yeah. Also, I saw this quote on Pinterest and I want to share it with you. And it says, "Your body is your temple, so decorate it with good habits, positive thoughts, and a lot of self-love." And listen, you only got one body, you only got one life, so take care of it and do the things that make you happy. That's really self-care. Do the things that make you happy. Another quote that I found on Pinterest is: a secret to happiness is to be as weird as you like, and the wrong people will leave the party, but the right ones will join the dance. I also love that. But anyway, that was all of what I had to share and what I wanted to tell y'all. But I did ask the fellow folks on Instagram of their self-care tips, and for the last segment of the pod, that is what I want to share with you guys. Okay, so the first one is Lukey. Lukey says, go to 30 burgers with my friends. And he said that because yesterday, also Lukey is my previous roommate from Philly. Lukey and his partner Christine visited us this past weekend, and so one of the things we did was go to 30 burgers. So that's why he said that. And also I think within that is just spending time with your friends. I think that does a lot for your soul and a lot for your, I don't know, it just, spending time with friends just makes you happy. If you have the good friends that make you feel good and that you just have a fun ass time with, like, I think that goes within like spending time with your friends. And I had a really lovely time with Lucas and Christine this past weekend. Another thing is Brittany says, if you're feeling overwhelmed, stuck in your head, go outside. Oh, how did I not mention that? That's so good. And that's so true. So Brittany is a very good person about self-care. I think that I've learned a lot from Brittany because she very much like really truly makes it a point to take care of herself. And things like that, like she goes for a walk when she's not feeling too hot in the brain, and it helps. And we would like send each other voice memos when she was like going for that walk. And I also tried that this past summer when, it was still okay to go outside. Well, when it was like not freezing, but excuse me. And walks really do help you clear your brain. I feel like, our brain just gets so clouded because of everything that's going on all the time. And just go outside, just take a breath. Go for that hot girl walk. Go for that walk. Go for that stroll. Just be. And don't be on your phone. I think just like be one with nature. I think that also does something for us. Yeah. Mimi says, taking a nap. I mentioned that before, but yes, taking a nap. Taking a nap is so good for you. Just like resting. Oh my God, I just realized I have 2 totally different socks on. That's amazing. Awesome. That's how my day is going. I have 2 different socks on. I swear to God. I swear they were the same when I picked them out, but okay. Okay, and then Connie says, going to the doctor for all those little things you don't think are a big deal, in parentheses, like that clicking in your jaw. Oh my God, are you okay, Connie? But yeah, going to the doctor is also taking care of yourself. I'm kind of really bad at that. I'm doing a really bad job about going to the doctors. And I only go when something is like crazy, when I like really, 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 really need to go. But yeah, Connie, thank you. That is a really good point. Go to the doctor. Take care of yourself. Check up on yourself. Get that yearly checkup. Check in with your body. Check in with all the things. See if you're doing well. See if you're not. See if you need some things to make you feel better. It's a good thing to go to the doctor. Doctors are just it's a good thing to go to the doctor. Yeah, go to the doctor. As Connie says, go to the doctor. The last thing from Mara, my girl Mara. She says, the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins is ultimate self-care for your mental health and peace. Love that. So the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins underlines the importance of, instead of getting caught up in other people's reactions or behaviors and control other people's emotions, the Let Them Theory encourages people and individuals to focus on their own responses and actions. And yeah, let them. Let them be the way that they're being. Let them be defensive. Let them be arrogant. Let them be mean. And that has nothing to do with you. And I feel like that let them theory just falls a lot under like just accepting things. The let them theory kind of just really emphasizes controlling the things that you can control and not trying to control things that you can't control. Like, you can't control anybody else's behavior. Whatever their behavior is has everything to do with themselves and not really you. Like, maybe like 0.5% is maybe you. I don't know. But most of the time, 99% of the time, it's something that's within themselves. And that's something that we can't fix. So like, you got to just let them. You let them be. And then you have more of a peace of mind as you go on through your days. Because if you constantly let the way that people react or people respond or the way that people are being kind of affect you, then that's not really going to do you any good. And you're going to let their energy infiltrate with your energy, and it's just not going to be good. So I also stand by that theory, Mara, the let them theory by Mel Robbins. It's true. Just literally let them. And that can go in so many different ways, but let them be mean. Let them be, there's so many things I could say right now, but just let them do whatever the heck they want to do, whatever that may be. And you, as long as you know what you're doing and as long as you're being a good person, I think that's all that really matters. And I think the less we care about other people, like the less we care about what other people do and how other people, I don't know, just the less we care about other people's actions and other people's behaviors, the more we can tend to ourselves, the more we can take care of our inner peace. And inner peace is something that is so important. Your inner peace and your peace of mind is something that is so sacred that if you let any of that like bad energy like just like go into that like your like sacred bubble, then you're not going to feel too well. It's going to get funky in there. And I mean, listen, we're not perfect. We're not going to do that all the time. We're not going to be freaking like 100% perfect at letting things not letting things phase us or not reacting to things. But like, it's an important practice, I think, that we can do for ourselves. I think just like, yeah, just boundaries. Boundaries is also a form of self-care. But yeah, anyway, I think I just rambled on, and I kind of feel like a lot of this didn't make sense and I was all over the place. Anyway, thank you guys for sending those self-care tips in. I love hearing what other people do for their self-care. Something else I forgot to mention before is something that I feel like can help a lot of people in this day and age is don't be on your phone before bed or first thing in the morning. I think just like being truly, and I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but just like truly being with yourself and your own thoughts and your own brain, especially in the morning, the first thing that you should do is make your bed. I think making your bed can make for a very successful day, or it can make for a very successful start of your day. It's the first thing that you get done. You make your bed. Simply just put your sheets over your pillow and you're done. You did one thing. Congratulations, right? Like making your bed is like so small. It sounds so simple, but it can really change the whole rest of your day if you just make your bed. If you have a messy bed, then you're going to have a messy everything. You know? That's just how I look at it. And then just like not being on your phone the first like 30 minutes of the day, and not answering any texts like in the first half hour of the time that you wake up. Just like be with yourself. Don't look at any emails, don't look at anything that can just like mess with your peace in the morning. Yeah, just like getting like a little detox. And I think like putting your phone down at night and just like stepping away from social media, stepping away from your phone when you just feel like you're in that black hole. I mean, we're all victims of being in a black hole of social media. It just happens. Like doom scrolling just really, 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 really is a thing. And I even do it sometimes. And it's crazy because I feel like I'm more on my phone now more than ever because my presence is back on the internet. I was about to say the interwebs, the internet. So I feel like I'm just trying to be more consistent on things like social media and all of that stuff. And then sometimes like when I'm just like too in it, I'm like, all right, like let me just throw my phone away. Let me throw it to the side because I don't really need to be like taking all of this in or doing like this much all the time. Or like I just like need to step away from it for a little bit. Sometimes I can get so consumed and forget that I need to look up from my phone and like pay attention to other things. But yeah. So anyway, that's all I will say for now. Send me your favorite self-care tips. Send me what you do to make yourself feel better. That can literally be anything for anyone. Yeah. Take care of yourself. Truly, because it's the one you're the one person that knows how to take care of yourself the best, and that like you tending to you is the best kind of self-care that you can do for yourself. So heavy on that. I'm going to go practice some more self-care today because I am on day 2 of my period, like I said, and I just want to just lounge around. I just want to lay down and I need to heat up my heating pad and drink some tea and yeah. But anyway, I'm going to conclude that here. Thank you for the tips that some of y'all sent in. I very much appreciate it when we talk like this. It's lovely. I love this. And I hope you love it too. I enjoy it very much. And this is like one of my favorite things to do. I'm so happy that I started this podcast again. I'm so happy that we get to do this because it's literally one of my favorite things to do. I do this every Monday. So, if you just want to chat, I'm always here. And follow me on Instagram if you want to talk. If you want to let me know what you would like me to talk about next. There are so many things that I feel like I want to discuss, but I also want to know what you want me to discuss and what you want to talk about with me. So let me know. Hop in, slide in my DMs and let me know. I would love that, truly. So anyway, I hope you have a lovely, lovely Monday. I hope you take care of yourself. Thank you so much, so much from the bottom of my heart for listening to A Cup of Meg and Joe with me. It's so fun. You don't understand. I love this so much. And I'm here with a new mug every Monday. The mug that I'm going to use next week, I'm so excited. You don't understand. I mean, I freaking love this mug. This mug, the reason why I chose this mug today is because it's the Froggy Self-Care mug. That's what I'm calling this mug. The Froggy Self-Care mug. All the frogs with this are so cute. Like, I can't stand it. I really can't. And I just, this one is on a swing with a little hat on. Oh my God. Sorry. They're so cute. I'm crying at everything these days. Okay. Well, thank you again for tuning in to A Cup of Meg and Joe. And I only finished half of my drink. What about you? It's because I kept yapping away. But I love you. Thank you for listening. And take care of yourself and have a lovely rest of your week. And I'll talk to you next Monday.